Now, on to our next story. We're talking about Babu Owino. Now, first of all, congratulations to him. He did graduate from the bar and he's practicing attorney.
Finally.
Yes, I saw him representing somebody. I was impressed. I was like, okay, it's giving suits or something, okay? He's very good at what he does. And he was on an interview with Ogobina, and I got to, I think, catch a snippet of this video. The most controversial part of that interview, where he was talking about how, you know, when married men, sometimes they come home at 3 a.m. and they're drunk and they're rowdy. And I'm just like, ooh, the ghetto. Why would someone even stay in such a situation? That's like internal thought while he's saying this. Sometimes a married man comes home at 3 a.m. and he's drunk and he's rowdy and he's causing commotion. And I'm just like, nobody should have to deal with that. And in the same breath, he says, you as a woman, why would you not open the door for him? And just like, so that he comes and brings his, I am asleep. Went on to say that as a person who got married to this man, you're supposed to be there for him, accept him into the house, cook for him, serve him, do well by him, even when he is at his worst. And the whole time I'm just like, what? And he said that this is the remedy for stopping such behavior. When you're good to a person who does you dirty like that, when you're good to a person who comes home drunk, smelling of piss, you know, from God knows where, doing God knows what you should do as a married woman is welcome him, welcome my husband, clean him up, feed him, do right by him. And when you do that and he realizes, oh, I have such a good woman at home, he will start coming home early. That is how you keep a man. I'm just like, what? Woo! I'm afraid, ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid that I may not be able to keep one. Because if this is what it takes, it's going to be very, very difficult for me personally. I don't know what y'all are doing in your households, but personally, it's going to be difficult. He didn't quite stop there because he did say that, quote the Bible and say that in the Bible, a condition for divorce is actually infidelity. And he says, yes, the Bible does grant. If somebody cheats on you, you should be granted a divorce if you don't want to be with them. And then in the same breath, he says, but God still hates divorce. So the only antibiotic, the only cure for this solution is forgiveness. You should learn how to forgive your partner. And another solution could be revenge. And he said you should not revenge because then you open a doorway for like sexually transmitted diseases, sexually attached demons that come into your marriage. And the whole time I'm like, well, this other person was cheating. Were they not thinking about the sexually transmitted demons and diseases that were being brought into my household? But anyway, he just said, if you are willing to work on your marriage, because the Lord hates divorce and he intends for marriage to work, it's very important that you have forgiveness for each other. So I'm just going to leave it there for you. But I feel like from that conversation of his, I kind of just realized that I may not be married because yani sina hiyo. Inahitaji. I don't have the capacity, I don't have the facilities for that man. I'm not built like that.
Every time I hear someone fixing their face to say, as a married woman, I just collect and I put it in my armpit.
Yes. Can you
confirm? Because, why? Okay? Number 2.
Why? Again?
Why? And to sum it up, for what? Okay? For what? Because number 1, kwani kifunguo inahonga moja? Chapa kopi zimejaa huku kila mahali, chapa kopi.
Jifungulie.
Mimi naishi Lavington na kuna chapa kopi hapa. Okay? So,
location drop.
All right? Go get your car keys, open the door. Open the door for yourself, okay? Number 2, didn't you think of taking me to this party? Tukuja wawili tukiwa tumelewa. What's the problem?
What is stopping
you?
No.
With the level of money they have?
A good married woman should take care of the children. While her
Babu,
husband
you cannot be working that hard to make that much money so that you cannot afford a nanny. Call a nanny, akae na watoto. You and your wife go perambulate. Mkuje mkiwa melewa. Yes. Kwani wewe upendi, bibi yako apendi kujienjoy?
Ameokoka.
Kwani lazima ukunywe? Whoever said you have to go and drink at the bar? Kwani music is what? You know, sometimes I listen to these excuses people come up with and I'm just like, it makes no sense. Music is music. We will listen to it, okay? Nitakuja nikunywe crest baridi, coke moto, na nirudi nyumbani na wewe, okay? Why does it have to be like somewhat, there's a caveat where I am the only person allowed to go out and be outside at 3 a.m. Alafu babe, babe. You know, people, a family that serves together is blessed together, okay? So when you come at that 3 a.m., babe, you know what? The kids are up at like 6. Ukitengeneza yako, si watengeneze pia breakfast babe. That would be so cute. Like imagine waking up in the middle of the morning and your husband has prepared breakfast for all of you while he was preparing his dinner. How cute. All I'm saying is, babes, double standards.
Unataka kungorota mzee wako akiwa huko
anapigana na masufuria. I'm sure they have a big enough house that there's a guest room, okay? I'm sure they have Babu Owino has made enough money. They have a massive mansion wherever they live, okay?
As a married woman, you should not even fall asleep.
Let him go and
you should not fall asleep before you feed your husband.
Go shower nicely in the guest room. You know, do what you gotta do and then get some sleep. Me, I'll come and check up on you in the morning. My husband, cool. My darling, my baby. Umelala. Okay, here's a little breakfast ulitupikia. Ndio inakugawia pia. Why? Just
nika ujui hizi vitu. In fact, you should not even go to sleep before he gets home because you should be praying. You should be sat. You should you should be sat in the darkness praying for his safe arrival. Praying that he does not get tempted or get into an accident. Okay. We're on. But since we cannot help their situation, let's get into our next segment where we help somebody else out.